Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Nate. For those who know me and those who don't, I ask that the Lord blesses my words as I tell you guys this, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. This one I put on here was me and the Lord. So it starts at April 25th, 2018 on a Saturday. It says, I could see I'm underwater in a gold mine. The Lord is showing me that the gold mine is mine. The gold mine is hidden and it's hidden. The gold mine is hidden and it's a hidden treasure. As I look around, I see the walls, they're brick. I'm standing in a cave and the walls, inside of the walls, within the walls, they're made of gold. There's gold everywhere. There's gold inside the walls everywhere. There's gold bars, gold shavings. There's gold bars, shavings of gold, gold bricks, and golden nuggets. There's gold everywhere throughout this cave. At some point, I see a small leak above the walkway in the ceiling inside the bricks, and there's a small amount of water falling and leaking out. I get a glimpse of what looks like a gold shaker. I see it being shaken, and small golden nuggets are inside of the gold shaker. The Lord shows me a title to the gold mine. I feel like the gold is mine. The actual gold is mine, but it belongs to another. It's hidden. It's the hidden treasure or the hidden gold mine. I feel it's meant to be hidden, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what the water means, but I feel it's under water. I remember seeing it on solid ground as well, and I'm not sure, but I think I saw a gold mine blocked off, but I might be wrong. Now, the reason why I told you guys this one, give me a moment, okay. The reason why I told you guys this one or whatever, because you remember when I was telling you, in my other videos or whatnot, that, if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hands, and they take that, and they call it the law of attraction, basically. It's not, it's within the Bible, and when I started decoding the Bible, I found out how to really ask. There's a book that was written in the Bible. I'm not sure if it's called the Book of Thomas or Timothy. I'm not sure what it was, but it was removed from the Bible. And that book, if you go through it, people have their own interpretations of it. But if you actually go through it and read it and listen to it being read to you and start breaking it down, it tells you how to really ask for what you want and how to do it the way that you're supposed to. And it also talks about it throughout your Bible as well. It's just hidden, if you guys understand what I'm saying. It's hidden. It's like a riddle that you got to break down, basically, is what I'm saying. Okay. Now, with this one, well, I found the Book of Timothy, so I started asking questions and started trying to see things or whatever. So the Lord was telling me that I have a gold mine. It is mine. The gold is mine. And the reason why he showed me the title is because he was... Okay, that part I didn't put in here. Okay, he showed me the title. And the title was basically saying that it belonged to another. But the gold, the hidden treasure, is mine. Okay. The hidden treasure is mine. Within, you guys, inside of that cave, within, it's a gold mine. Or it's like a storehouse. Okay? Now, without, it belongs to another. If you understand what I'm saying to you guys. So God was telling me, yeah, it's a gold mine. The gold is yours. The riches are yours. But the title of it belongs to me. Or it belongs to another, is what God was saying. But there was gold everywhere. So I just the Lord wanted me to know that I could see it. And toward the end, or at the end, I was standing outside on solid ground. I seen the outside of it. And it was like a cave. And the entrance was blocked off. And the Lord was telling me it's blocked off to me. And mainly it was just blocked off to me because I couldn't see it the way I was supposed to see it. And how. And I wasn't asking the way I needed to ask for it or whatever. So he was basically just telling me what I needed to do. So he was letting me know that the gold mine is mine. It belongs to me. I just need to see it, believe in it, and know it. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to the next. Let's see. That's about somebody else. I've already given them that message, which actually already came to pass. Okay, this one was about a doctor. I'm not even sure who this doctor was or whatever, but this one is April 28th, 2018. I see a doctor in training that has or had a stroke or a heart attack. I'm not sure. Maybe at or near a bowling alley or airport. I'm not sure whether which one it was, but it is a public place where people are trying to help this man. Okay, I'm not sure because I stopped watching the news around that point because there was so much going on and I kept seeing things manifesting and manifesting. It was bothering me. So, but the Lord was telling me that it was a doctor or a doctor in training. I kept feeling like he was training to be a doctor. He ended up having a heart attack, and I want to say it was an airport, but I kept feeling bowling alley. God kept putting something in me that was like bowling alley, but I kept feeling like it was an airport because I seen him laying in the middle of the floor. There was no bowling alleys, there was no bowling ball, there was no lanes or nothing like that. So I figured it was an airport or whatnot. But I seen people kneeling down to help this man, and I'm not sure who he was. But the Lord was telling me about the doctor in training having a heart attack. Okay, here's another one from October 28, 2018. And it says the car drops off or from something like a sleigh or maybe a car lift. But I'm not sure. The police are doing something with the cars or the car that are dropping and falling off. So, and that's basically what the Lord showed me. I seen like a car lift, when you buy those new cars and they have all those cars on the trucks or whatever on that truck. Well, I seen the car start falling off. And God was telling me it was something the police were doing, that they were involved in that happening. But I'm not sure exactly why it is that the police were involved with it or why it was happening that way. It was odd. I couldn't really understand it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one and start with hold on. And start with, no, I'm going to do one more on this one and then start with the other ones because these are kind of small. So I'm putting the small ones, trying to get them all together. Okay, this is also April 28th, 2018. It says bad cops in New York are doing something with the cars. They hold secret meetings. The cars are not what or as they seem. And that's what the Lord he told me that. I wasn't able to see it. He told me. He said bad cops in New York are doing something with the cars. They hold secret meetings. And the cars are not what or as they seem. So I'm not sure what's going on in New York because honestly, I've never been. Ever. Okay, this is May 1st, 2018 on a Tuesday. I'm at a gathering. The people come in peace, love, and happiness. We're having a feast. My dad's there, my sisters, and my sisters or some of my sisters are there. I'm not sure about my mom. One of my sisters and a brother and his wife and my godmother and my brother's son are there too, and I'm happy and I'm excited. Now, I welcome them to the gathering and the feast. And I want to hold the baby. I reach for him, trying to get him because I'm so happy, I keep reaching for the baby. But the people are coming together in love and peace and happiness to the gathering. Many people are there and there's food everywhere. I know there's food. It's a feast. It's a gathering. And the feast, welcoming others to the gathering and the feast. So that's what the Lord let me know that's what that was. Now, it was a lot more involved in that. Not that much. It was a part where my dad was involved in it. And God showed me, remember you guys, I told you it's like a riddle, you got to break it down. My dad showed me my father standing next to the cliff. Over this cliff was 3 cars. And I kept feeling like these cars were mine. They belonged to me. But my dad was working on these cars, or he was supposed to work on these cars. Something about these cars. And once I seen that or whatever, I talked to my dad about it like a couple of days later or whatnot. And I told my dad, I said, I seen you standing on the side of a cliff, and it was 3 cars, and I kept feeling like you were working on one of them. So I'm not sure what that means, but it's 3 cars. So me and my dad talked about it or whatnot, and then maybe a couple of days later, a few days later, or maybe a week later, my dad ended up calling me, and he was talking to me about all this stuff, and he was talking to me about the cars he was working on. One of them was mine. Another one was a car that I purchased from my sister that she ended up taking it back. He was working on that car as well. So he was working on my SUV, the car that I purchased for my sister that I ended up giving back to her. And then one of my other sister's friends ended up calling my dad. When they called my dad, they wanted him to work on their car, third car. And my dad didn't want to work on it. And I talked to him. I was like, you know what? You remember when I told you about, I seen you standing on the cliff and God showed me 3 cars, and one of those cars you was working on. I said, well, what if this third car you're supposed to work on for somebody? What if this is what God wants you to do? What if something comes with that? I don't know. I just told him, I said, well, what if that's the third car? And he was like, yeah, but I don't want to work on it. I said, I think you should work on it. Go ahead and work on the car. I was like, I understand you don't want to, and, all this other stuff. Well, my dad ended up working on that third car. He got a blessing, a big money blessing that he wasn't even expecting. So that third car was a charm. The third one was a charm. So my daddy ended up getting a great blessing for that. And the other part of it is my father, my God, your God, our Father. Okay, he showed me being in my place or whatnot, and this guy was bugging me, getting on my nerves, and he was talking about sleeping in a car. And I couldn't understand what he was talking about when sleeping in a car. You know what? It's crazy. Because I never even told nobody else about it but him. Okay, well, anyway, but, and I haven't even thought about it since then. But, my father was showing him sleeping in a car or whatever. He was talking to me about sleeping in a car. And he was asking me if I needed the car for my kids or something like that. I'm not sure what it was. Well, anyway, he ended up making me mad, and it got to the point where he was sleeping in the car. Okay, that's how that happened. But the way God puts it, like I told you guys, it's in a riddle. Because God showed me in my house, okay? And he did something that made me mad. I don't even know what it was. He did something that made me mad. And I told him, go ahead, get out. And he was telling me, and the way the Lord does it, he manifests himself in other people's body, or he uses angels that manifest in other people's bodies, or he uses that person, the person of the attention at the moment, or when he needs to give me a warning and let me know something's coming. Okay, well, he used that person, and the person was telling me, he was like, do you need to call for the kids? Otherwise, I'm going to sleep in a car. And I was like, no, go ahead and sleep in the car. Go ahead and sleep. I was like, no, go ahead and sleep in the car. I got my own car, Go ahead and sleep in the car. And when I told him about it, it was crazy because he didn't have a car. So I couldn't understand what car is he going to be sleeping in. And I couldn't understand any of that. So when I told him, he couldn't understand it either. But we ended up getting into it, and I put him out. I did. Ain't gonna lie, I did. But he ended up sleeping in a car, which made me mad that he was sleeping in the car. So I locked him out that car. It was like a abandoned car or something. But I ended up locking him out the car. So yeah, he couldn't sleep there no more. But that's what I did. I locked him out the car. But the reason why I locked him out the car, because it was an abandoned car. And if the police would have seen his butt in there, he would have went to jail. And 2, I was probably just being spiteful, which I shouldn't have been. I was just mad. I know that. But I ended up locking him out the car, and he ended up coming to the house, apologizing, talking to me and whatnot. But yeah, that's what happened. So you guys, when you see certain things, God speaks in mysteries. He speaks in odd ways, and sometimes you got to break it down. But yeah, that's why he ended up in that car. But the thing with the gathering and the feast, God was telling me, hey, the feast, the gathering, everybody's coming in peace, love, and happiness or whatever, and they're welcome. We were welcoming. I was welcoming people into the gathering and into the feast. I mean, it was all in one. Everybody was there. It was almost like a big old family reunion, but I knew it was a feast, and I knew it was a gathering because there was food everywhere. And everybody was happy. Nobody was upset. Nobody was mad. Nobody wanted to hurt one another. I mean, it was perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one and start with the next. Love you.